Budd is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chair. I just want to begin with a couple of facts, a bit of a review. So in 2021, we saw the average home price rise almost 20%, which was the largest increase in the 34-year history of the Case-Shiller Index, which tracks average home prices. Now, when you couple that with historically high inflation, you can see that we've really got a recipe for economic pain. The average rate for a 30-year fixed mortgage has doubled over the last year alone. It was about the 3% range in March to now over 7% in October. So let's break that down. If we take the average home buyer looking for a basic FHFA-backed loan for a median-priced $430,000 home, then you factor in national averages for property tax, home insurance, and a 20% down payment at a 7% interest rate, that home buyer's average monthly payment is going to be about $2,900. Now compare that to a year ago when the rates were closer to 3%. That's about an $850 increase every single month. Now, I don't think that working families have an extra $10,000 laying around. So instead of addressing the root causes of high inflation, things like reckless runaway spending, as we've seen the Democrats focus on the same old failed progressive policies. According to the National Association of Home Builders, 25% of all costs associated with a single-family home and developments are directly attributed to regulations. That's a 25% tax that gets passed on to these home buyers. So tell me, how is more spending and more regulation going to fix that problem? It's not. I think we'd be a lot better off to find a better solution to address domestic supply chain issues, ease regulations, especially on the local level, not here in Washington, D.C. We need to encourage them in reducing regulations here in Washington as well, but especially on the local level, where most of those costs are incurred. We also need to encourage work. We need to cut runaway government spending. We need to support innovative free market solutions to increase the housing supply in this country, which right now just can't keep up with demand. So the hard truth is that the liberal ideology of the Biden administration and congressional Democrats and what they're doing, it just prevents them from solving this issue. So they talk a good game, but in reality, their failed policies have made it worse for working families. So until we change course away from failed progressivism, which is really regressive, working families will find it harder and harder to afford their daily lives, and it will keep them from becoming homeowners. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. The gentleman from